Beautiful morning to you out there. Beautiful morning wherever you are watching us from. This is Galactic Television and the program is Family and Values. My name is Olori Adejoke Adubi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. So how was your night? Okay, well, Whitman said that do anything but let it produce joy. Do anything as long as it brings joy. You're not trying to dupe someone. You're not trying to make someone's life miserable. You're not making someone else's life feel like they are nothing. They are not as much as you are. As long as it is going to produce joy, do anything possible. As long as it's going to produce joy. Yeah, joy is here. But I'm talking about the joy that you bring to radiate in people's lives. How is your family this morning? It's Thursday. And it's an LD Thursday as it is, and we'll be talking about health, talk, discussion, everything that has to do with your well-being. So family and value is not just about discussing the values, but we also talk about the values when it comes to the area of our health, the area of our finances, the area of our social, cultural development, our advancement, our businesses, and our life generally. So Joy is right here with me. And I'm not going to rock the sport alone. I wonder what I will do with this. She or I will not be here and she'll be rocking it alone. Hey! Now, wow!
You see that leaf that is in your mind, don't think about it. Just mark it X.
Did I say anything?
I'm just saying, for adventure you have plans, just mark it X. Good morning, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm seeing the double face of you.
Thank you. And you're looking beautiful because you're yellowish.
Yes, I did. Are you see now you see yellow and white. What a bright
beautiful
Thursday morning.
Yeah,
good morning to Extreme Viewers. Thank you for being a part of Family and Values. Yes, you know, I used to say when you see these beautiful faces on your screen, you know it's time for Family and Values. You don't need to go further. Just know that the values we need to hear. And today is Healthy Thursday. It's always exciting when it's Thursday because we get to come from the gym. I'm coming from the gym. Don't think about it. My makeup, everything from the gym, so don't worry. I actually exercised this morning. My name still remains Joy Abu. Yes, you know I'm going to say we are streaming across all our social media platforms. For those of you that have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for?
I don't know.
What is it now? All the topics we've discussed, every other exciting, all the things you need to know about Galactic Television reaching out for the stars is on our YouTube channel. Go there, subscribe. So that you don't miss out on anything. And those of you too that used to only you go to Facebook just to watch and you've not turned on your notification button, today I'm coming for you. Facebook and X, turn on your notification button so that you just know that it's time for Family and Value. Like I used to say, tell a friend to tell another friend that yes, it's time for that beautiful morning show when you have myself and rocking the boat every day, Monday to Friday, and today is going to be another educative one because today's topic, I'll try to be calm, Jare. I don't want
today's topic, it has to do a lot about male and female. It's not just the female carrying but it's also about the both of them.
Yeah, the both of them.
What do you think when you are to go on a journey? On a journey that is so painful, so hurting, and you just want your life. You don't want anything. Right now, I'm not ready. Because I'm not ready, I need to get rid of it. And getting rid of it is not just one person, even though it was two that committed that atrocity. You understand?
The truth is, it is the girl that will suffer it.
That's what I'm saying. So two actually walk through the beautiful and the journey, enjoying themselves, you know, trying to do what's them. But now, when the wahala comes, it bounces back on just
the
one.
The girl will not be the one, and then they'll not be looking at her, pointing finger. You know, David was saying something that in the ancient Egypt, when a lady commits adultery, was telling me this morning, saying, Mom, do you know if a lady commits adultery, back then the ancient Egyptian country, that they will have to cut part of her nose so that other women will stay away from her. And I said, so the man, what they used to do to the man? He said, I don't know. I said, you should have read for them to know whether they used to cut the man's nose.
They don't have to.
And I was like, but Mommy, I don't think they do. I said, oh, really? So it's only the lady now. They now cut her nose.
Now,
so everybody will.
Now, woman,
anyway,
life,
don't worry. Today's topic, I've said it, I want to be calm.
I want to say women has come to a world that is full of different shades, and it's just everywhere, everywhere, because it's only by the grace of God that you are able to save yourself in situations that surround you, except if you are strong.
Yeah, you're strong.
A strong woman.
Strong.
Women are strong. We look fragile, but we are strong.
We are strong.
We are strong. So kudos to all the women out there. Kudos to you. It's time for us to go for our mini feature. I'll be right back with our guest. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. It's Family and Values, and our guest is right here, seated in person of Dr. Kelvin Isibo. Okay, he is a GP, yes, general practice, medically, and it's so good to have seen you again this morning. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invite.
I'm sure you did a little bit of exercise coming here this morning.
Yes.
And it's so lively.
Yes, I was just trying to meet up. You know, I had one or two things to sort out here and there, but like, I have to be here for you.
Thank you. I love that one.
Thank you so much.
For us. But
yes.
That does not mean I will not collect your restructure.
This romance about hijacking.
Yes, no, let me just tell you.
Let me just overlook that. And today we're looking at abortion. You know, myself and Joy were talking about it. Now the woman, they always fully go. Now the woman, they always carry the bundle. Even though it is, you know, made and the joy, the enjoyment. Oh, I can't say 5 minutes enjoyment. The enjoyment in the other room actually was committed by two. But the woman will have to carry this burden when it comes to this area. And some will like, who sent the person to go do abortion now? What if the guy say, I'm not ready? We have had countless of relationship whereby the guy will say, you know, we planned after school. You know, we planned, yes, everybody know we are engaged, but you know, this is not the time we are promised. We need to, please, I promise, we'll not do this again. Instead of them to go and do family planning, they will continue. But today we're looking at abortion. Some call it D&C, and we'll be going deep into why abortion. What is an abortion?
Okay, from a medical standpoint of view, abortion just means the death and expulsion of fetus.
Death
and expulsion of fetus before the age of viability. Very important. Before the age of viability, meaning before the age where the child is able to survive. Yes.
At what time is the child not able to survive?
Well, it varies between different countries, and based on their technology, you know, their advancements in terms of neonatal care. For Nigeria, we use 28 weeks. At 28 weeks, a child can survive fully well with the assistance of a good pediatrician, good neonatal care. In the UK, they do 24 weeks. In America, they do 20 weeks. So, if it happens, if you remove the product of conception, remove the baby from 20 weeks in America, then, you know, if you kill that baby, then that's a stillbirth. It's no longer, because not every abortion is induced anyway. Some just happen spontaneously. So let's say the baby dies and it is expelled at 20 weeks in America, we'll say, okay, that's a stillbirth. But in Nigeria, we will not call it a stillbirth, we'll still call it an abortion. In the UK, 24 weeks, you know, they will call it a stillbirth and no longer an abortion. But in Nigeria, what we practice is 28 weeks. Even though there are instances where, you know, babies, you know, less than 28 weeks have survived, but, you know, it has to be like a general consensus, like it's a common practice that, you know, many of them around that time survive. Usually we pick 28 weeks. So the death and expulsion of a fetus less than 28 weeks, we call it abortion.
Thank you.
You know, I love the fact that you said the death and expulsion. You know, and in my mind, I'm already thinking, the death. Okay, we talked about stillbirth. Now, what's the difference between abortion, miscarriage, and intrauterine fatal death? Reason being that people that deliberately want to have kids have had miscarriages. Are you going to call that an abortion? And then those sets of people that don't want to have the children, that deliberately carry their 2 legs to go and say, doctor, remove this child from my womb. What is the difference between miscarriage? So that our viewers can have a broader knowledge of what we are talking about. So what's the difference? Because let's assume now a woman that is looking for a child and now says, oh, I just had an abortion. Nobody out there will want to understand that she's talking about miscarriage or she's referring to anything. They'll feel like, oh, you just went to go and kill an innocent child, you know, because that's our general mentality. So please, what's the difference between those 3 so that we'll have a clearer picture?
Miscarriage is just a synonym for abortion.
Oh.
Yes, they can be used interchangeably.
Interchangeably.
Yes. So there's no difference between abortion and miscarriage. Same, you know, just different words, same meaning.
Oh.
But if the abortion now can be spontaneous, meaning it occurred on its own.
On its own.
You know, or it can be induced, meaning something was done to facilitate the process. So it can be spontaneous. It can. So for the woman you are referring to, that, you know, she wants the baby, but she does not know what happened. It came out on its own. That's a spontaneous abortion.
Okay, so that's what we generally call miscarriage.
Yes. So, but now some people have something we call stillbirth. So meaning after the age of viability and things like that, you know, the baby is expelled. Now, it can be expelled alive. It can be expelled, you know, dead. So, but if it is dead and expelled after the age of viability, we no longer call that abortion. We call that stillbirth.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so do we have types of abortion? Can we say there are types of abortion?
Yeah, there are different types of abortion.
Okay.
It depends on the criteria you want to use to describe it.
Okay.
So you can say abortion can be classified as safe abortion or unsafe abortion.
Which one is safe and
Okay.
which one is unsafe? That's
Okay.
one.
Yes,
That's
one classification. No, there is one type of classification
Yeah, that's
according
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
safety. So safe abortion means it is performed by an expert, somebody that is competent. That's one. 2, it is performed in a safe environment and with the right equipment. So those are the 3 criteria. You can have the right person, you don't have the right materials. It is no longer a safe abortion. You can have the right person, the right materials, the environment is not conducive. It is no longer a safe abortion. The environment can be conducive, you have the right person, the material is missing. It is no longer a safe abortion. You know, so the 3 criteria must be present for you to call it a safe abortion.
Okay.
So absence of these 3 things, you now call it unsafe abortion. Then abortion can also be spontaneous, meaning it happened on its own.
Okay.
Yes, it can also be induced, so meaning something was done to facilitate the process. You know, some abortion can happen in such a way that part of the product of conception, part of everything, some will come out and some is still remaining. So we call that incomplete abortion. We also have complete abortion. Everything will come out, and when you do scan, you check everything, there is nothing there. You know, we also have the one we call missed abortion. We have inevitable abortion. Inevitable abortion, the cervix is open, but the baby is still intact. Once the cervix is open, it's a matter of time it will drop. Yes, so there's nothing anybody can do about it. For missed abortion, well, it is there, but the the important, you are just seeing an empty sack there, but every other thing is not present, so you call that a missed abortion. So there are different ways to classify abortion.
It's okay. Now, the moment that word abortion, my head is going on another side, So this is what you're saying. But now let me ask. I'm going to ask two questions in one. How common is abortion in Nigeria? And is abortion legal? You know the set of people I'm talking about. Okay. How common is abortion? For those young girls that 1, 2, PM 1, 2, it is like take in, take out. How common is abortion in Nigeria, and is abortion legal in Nigeria?
Well, I would like to call a figure specifically, but okay. I'm not sure I will have statistics to back it up, because most of the abortion we have in Nigeria are not on paper. They are not recorded.
They are not recorded.
So the statistics is not clear cut. One of the things we did in community health posting in Lut those days was we did discuss the core HMPD. They will give you a problem and tell you how to solve it. I think it was teenage pregnancy or so, or I think unsafe abortion. But trying to curb unsafe abortion, we now started talking about teenage pregnancy and things like that, and it's like you are supposed to do a research, then you come out with your findings, like in local places, what do they have, what are the findings. To my surprise, I was, even from secondary school, most of these girls in secondary school, they know how to do abortion. I was surprised somebody was telling me they use hanger that you use to hang clothes to do abortion.
It's all right.
There's a way you will bend it, put it in, very risky. And somebody was telling me it was common in our secondary school, all girls school. I don't want to call the name of the school, but it's common. So, and it's, even though it's not, abortion is not legal in Nigeria, there's a jail term for it. I think 14 years for the doctor, 7 years for the patient. Yes. It's not legal in Nigeria.
For real? How people are hearing? Please say it to the camera. Let them hear very well. Please.
Abortion is not legal in Nigeria.
Okay.
14-year jail term for the doctor, 7-year jail term for the patient.
Wow.
Unless you are doing it to save life. Unless you are doing it to save life. The law says, I think in Lagos State they have 2 laws. Unless you are doing it to save life, and if the woman is not competent to carry the pregnancy
to term.
Yes. So a woman not being competent to carry pregnancy is a complicated whatever that so many things can fit in. Situation. Why is she not competent to carry the pregnancy? That's another thing. But the general law in Nigeria, is that the only reason to do abortion is to save the life of the woman. If not, no. It's a no-go area. But it's very common, you see it left, right, and center. People will approach you. People will approach you as a doctor. If your faith is not strong, you will cave in. Yeah. Either they use emotional sentiment, they use monetary value. If you cannot stand your ground, you will cave in. And it's something that is very common, that if you really want to be doing it, in a week you can get about 4 or 5. It's common, it's rampant. 4 people will approach you. It's very common.
People will recommend other people to you.
So it's time for us to go for a word on Marble and hear what people have to say in terms of abortion, our topic this morning, which is also known as DNC. I think I've forgotten what you call it now. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's the Galaxy Television and the program is Family and Values. We've been talking on the topic abortion, which is also known as DNC by many. Doctor said it's the lactation and curettage. I hope I got it right?
Yes.
I'm working into science. I wrote for science when I was in school, so forget, I'm not a science student. I know they mix chemical. So he said it's the lactation and curettage. Many call it D&C, D&C, D&C. You know, I want to do D&C. Instead of mentioning the word, that death, you sure that death and expulsion. Hey, God will have mercy. God will have mercy. God will have mercy. Now, I want to ask doctors, what are the complications one should expect, dangers that comes with abortion, especially when you want to do it just to get the, to put to death an expulsion in this situation, because we're looking at it from different angles very well. We're looking at those you have to save in the area of miscarriage, where they will need to evacuate the fetus and all that to save life, just like you said. So what are the dangers, what are the complications that come with doing this? And also, why is it that people find it easy? Just like you were giving us example of some, reports that some use certain objects to get this done by themselves. Why would one want to mix chemicals together? I don't want to start mentioning, because I know I have heard of some chemicals you mix together and you drink on your own. Why would you not want to go and do it the right way? Rather, because of the expenses, how expensive it is. So I have two questions for you. What are the complications that come with abortion? And why is it that people would rather want to patronize a traditionalist rather than doing it the medical way, or because of the expenses that comes with it?
Okay. We should start with the complications first.
Complications.
For the complications of abortion, we can look at the immediate complication, like while you are in the theater, you are doing it. What are some of those things that can go wrong?
Yeah.
One, some people can bleed. Because abortion can be of different types. It can be medical, it can be surgical. Some people just take drugs. They don't really have to go to the theater and, do the whole thing. So, some will not do the D&C, will not do the D&E, will just take drugs and, expel the whole thing. But part of the complication is that for some people, they bleed for long, And the bleeding can be quite severe, that some might need blood transfusion. Some, as a result of this bleeding, the kidney can shut down, and other things can go wrong. Because I also happen to work in a dialysis center, and we see some people coming down with acute kidney injury, where the kidney will just shut down as a result of severe loss of blood. And some of them, you find out, is because they did abortion and things like that. Then also, some people are prone to infection, like because the abortion itself, you are passing an object into the body to do it and things like that. The blood and things like that can be a medium for growth of organism, So that is why it is done under antibiotics cover. Okay. But where people try to do these things themselves, you are not going to a professional to do it for you and things like that. They are exposed to infection. These are the common immediate effects. Some can be depressed after the abortion, and other psychological effects and trauma associated with it. Then also, part of the long-term problems we see with this is that some people can be infertile, infertility in the long run, later on in life. After several D&C, dilatation and curettage, because of the whole process, sometimes the cervix is weak and the cervix is not competent enough to hold pregnancy, I think I saw a patient, that she was approaching 40, and that was her precious pregnancy and things like that. But of course, some of these people will not give you proper history in the beginning. But I think one day she said she was noticing the pregnancy was maybe about 15 weeks thereabouts. And one morning she was seeing blood dripping, but she didn't go to the hospital. She felt it was a normal thing. And after some time, the baby dropped. you know, and things like that. And while we were taking history further, we noticed that she has had several abortions in the past. So we have things like that. People that have done several abortions, because of that, the cervix is not competent to hold pregnancy. Then because some people have done abortion in the past, they are prone to several spontaneous abortion. Reason being that for some of these people, the woman can be resource negative.
Okay.
And the person she got pregnant for while she was still young is resource positive. Because many of them will not come to hospital to do the abortion and things like that because it is not legal, sometimes because of finance and things like that. So they do it one other way or the other and they get away with it and she feels it's over. But if she had gone to the hospital, they would have checked her blood group and see that, you know, she is resource negative, the man is resource positive. You know, so if the baby is resource positive, the woman starts producing resource antibody. You know, so during that abortion, our blood comes in contact with the resource positive antigen, and our body starts producing resource antibody. In the long run, you know, she might do that abortion successfully and it goes away. You get, and when she's coming, you know, when she later gets old, she gets married, she now really wants to give birth.
Yeah.
She's married to somebody that is resource positive. Because the man is resource positive, the body has already developed resource antibody that will be destroying the resource antigen the man is producing. So every time she conceives, after some time, you know, she has miscarriage, after some time miscarriage, you know, and because of the cost of the Rogam injection that she was supposed to get, you know, during that time that she was pregnant or she did the abortion, because she didn't even, it wasn't done by a professional or they're trying to save cost and things like that. She ignored it. Now she's suffering the consequences. And sometimes in the theater, when they are doing the abortion, if it is D and C, because it is dilatation and curettage, meaning you open the cervix and you are scraping the womb. You are scraping the womb. You are scraping the womb. Now, because you are scraping the womb, that metal they are using to scrape the womb, there can be perforation.
The process of the scraping.
Yes, so they can perforate the womb, cause problem, and some will even perforate it, go inside the intestine, destroy part of the intestine, and things like that. You know. Then also in the process of excessive scraping of the womb, you know, it's more or less like when you have scars on your body. You know, when you have injury, with time you form scars. The womb can form something like scars. We call them adhesion. And the woman will say, I don't know what's going on. I notice my period is not flowing well and things like that. You know, along the line, you now discover she has adhesions and things. So these are some of the complications. As for the cost of abortion, the drugs, they are not that expensive. I feel like it's readily affordable. You know, for those that are eligible to do the abortion. So the reason a lot of people...
does it have to be prescribed?
Yes, it's a prescription drug. If you walk into any pharmacy, they won't sell it to you. They will tell you need to get prescription from a medical doctor.
Do they do that here in Nigeria?
Yes, it's done in Nigeria. It's just that some, you know, we still sell it, you know even without prescription under G. They have a way of getting it. But most pharmacies, you know, out of every 12, there is a Judah. Even though we know abortion is not legal, out of every 12, there is a Judah. So some doctors will still do it for some people. Some pharmacists will still give it without prescription and things like that. So, but I remember I just said, for people that are resource negative, so the drug itself might not be expensive. Let's say the person wants to do a medical abortion and not the surgical. But if you are telling the person, we need to check your blood group and things like that, you know, and she is resource negative, you are not telling the person we have to buy Rogam injection. I don't know the cost of the injection now, but I think maybe like 4 or 5 years ago it was around 30,000, and we know the inflation rate. So let's say going by that, give or take, you know, it will be maybe more than 70,000 now. And most of the people that we want to do abortion are teenagers. You know, it's common among teenagers, teenage pregnancy. Most of them do not even have the money to do the abortion, you know, because some might say, okay, we don't want to do the medical whatever because of risk of bleeding, risk of incomplete abortion, let's do the surgical. You know, how much do you want to pay, because it has to be done in the theater, you know, you have to give them analgesic and things like that. They don't have the money, and now you are telling them to pay for Rogam injection. They might not necessarily have the money.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so the cost sometimes is not just, okay, the money for the abortion itself. It can be that the cost for the scan, you know, you want to do the scan to know how old is the pregnancy.
Yeah.
After the abortion, you want to do another scan to know that everything has been completely removed. You want to do a blood test to be sure whether she's rhesus positive, rhesus negative. It can be that you also want to get Rogam injection for the woman, and so all this will come together. You know, if she has lost blood, she needs to do a blood transfusion. Several other reasons why the cost might not be direct, but you know, usually the cost is not what a teenager will readily, because they are not working class.
Of course.
Maybe they are just getting pocket money, 10,000 naira in a month,
And the boyfriend
and things
will
like
just
that.
say, "Oh my
You
God."
know,
Okay, now those who go for traditionalists rather than going for the real medical person who can tell you how the functions of your body works, what do you have to say on that, sir?
well, the truth is, you have one life to live, and you are responsible for your life. If you say you don't want people to shame you, and because of that you do something that will endanger your life, that will scar you for the rest of your life, that is even if you survive it, you know, it is better to face shame once. You know, it is better to say the truth and, you know, feel bad, go through the whole process, rather than you lie. You are now looking for other things to meet up, cover up the lies, and you have, it is your life. Your life is at stake. You know, the life is not second to anything. Life is first. Life is paramount. You know, if you tell your parents, yes, they will complain and everything. After some time, they will accept their fate that, okay, yes, you are pregnant, but at least you are sure, you are guaranteed that, okay, you will be alive. Not you trying to risk your life and going to traditionalists, but the option is still yours. If you want to risk your life, you don't think your life is important, you know, there is good and bad, but I will advise you to do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Okay, doctor, you know, when you were saying it, I was literally jitting, because I've had friends that back then in the university, D&C, I was standing behind the camera, it was nothing to them. They would do it, and 2-3 days they are back to their sexual activities again now. And then recently I met someone who has been looking for the fruits of the womb seriously, and in the process of asking questions, I noticed she had done like 7 abortions. And now she's married. She desperately needs a child. And at a point she was like, her eggs are no longer fertile. We've heard stories, some will say, there's always the saying that what if it's all the eggs you've removed from your womb to do abortion you're not looking for. But now, for those class of people that, yes, they've done these mistakes, yes, they did it when they were teenagers, we are kicking against it. But now we have them that they've realized it, they are married, they need children. What are the alternatives? How can such people receive help? Like the case of the woman, in fact, her own case is she had done IVF twice, it failed. No fetus is actually staying in her system. I had to tell her, maybe you go for a surrogate. She was like, her own egg is not strong enough. So, and sometimes she feels like maybe it's because of the series of abortions she had done. And
Guilt.
thank God the husband is aware, because I think the first time they went for medical checkup, they asked her, and in front of the husband, she said, yes, I've done like 7. You know, so for those class of women out there, how can the medical system, as a medical doctor, how can you be of help to such? What are the remedies on ground?
Well, for somebody struggling with a case of infertility, you have to find out what is the actual issue. You know, what is the cause of infertility. She has done series of abortion. It might just be guilt. She feels, what about people that have not done abortion and yet they are infertile? You know, infertility is something that can happen to anybody. Even some people marry as a virgin and yet they are infertile. You know, so it is not necessarily the abortion that is the issue. Yes, the abortion might be a factor in the sense that, let's say she is resource negative, you know, and she got pregnant for somebody before that is resource positive, removed it and all of that. We've seen instances where some will not even give you the instances that, oh, you know, when you come to your doctor, you have to come straight, you have to come correct, you have to come clean and tell them the truth so that they will be able to help you. You know, if you have done abortion before and things like that, the doctor can start thinking, why is this person having repeated abortion? You know, it is not just saying, oh, the pregnancy is not saying, abortion itself, somebody having repeated abortion, you know, apart from the one she did herself in the past, now that she really wants to take in, she's having repeated abortion. It can be a sign of a disease, not because she has done abortion in the past. There is something we call antiphospholipid syndrome, where some people develop some antibodies, you know, that will cause like some blood clots and things like that, that will not allow the pregnancy to stay. And the woman is having repeated abortion, you know. So you need to see a specialist, a gynecologist that will walk her through and will look at it. It's not just about doing IVF. You know, for people like that, you have to give them things like antiplatelet and, you know, other things that will not allow their blood, because what happens is the baby is supposed to get nutrients from the mother. You know, the woman is pregnant, from the woman, blood is flowing between the woman and the baby, you know, through the placenta and things like that. The baby is nourished. But now when you look at it critically, because she has this antiphospholipid syndrome, you have something like blood clots blocking the, you know, is blocking the placenta, the flow of blood from the mother to the baby. So the baby is not well nourished. After some time, you know, the baby cannot thrive, and she has an abortion, and the process goes on over and over and over again. You know, we have scenarios like that. So it might not necessarily be that, oh, she has this issue because of the abortion she has done in the past. It's possible she's having the whatever because she has the antiphospholipid syndrome, and that needs to be addressed. But she needs to be seen by a doctor, evaluated properly, and if that she has some of this infertility that she's not able to carry the baby, you know, she might just get a surrogate, and, you know, it will still be her eggs, it will still be everything from her, but somebody else will carry it.
Somebody else will carry it, and the issue is solved. We need you to just advise our viewers out there,
especially teenagers.
Teenagers, yet to be married, youths, okay, out there.
Okay, my advice will go to the ladies in particular. I will draw this scenario while I was in secondary school, long before I knew I was going to be a doctor. There is this girl, you know, fair, short, you know. I think we were all crushing on her, not just me, every guy around it. Very beautiful,
very
and
beautiful,
you know,
lady.
She was around our age mates, but you know the way these things are, where, you know, you are the person you are crushing on and all of that. Kind of the girl your age mate is not your level. You know, so she was dating this bros, this egbon in the area, and you know, we didn't even know like everything that was going on. I just used to see her, not like we were close or anything. After some time, I was not seeing her, but I used to go and greet one of my friends in that side. You know, and I asked him like, Lex, how far? This girl, I'm not. He said, you didn't hear it, she's dead. And like, what happened to her? Was she sick? You know, she got pregnant for the guy.
Oh my God.
And trying to remove the pregnancy secretly and all of that, you know, things went south, you know, it went wrong, and along the line she died. That guy moved to another area. The guy is still alive. He's doing fine, but that girl is done. The mother now, I think afterwards, the mother had schizophrenia, she went crazy and things like that. The family never remained the same. So for the girls in particular, you have the power to control the society. Women are in charge of sex. They determine if it will happen or not. So abortion is something, you know, if something will go wrong with abortion, it will affect the ladies first
before
you know,
die.
primarily. So your destiny is in your hand. Please, if you know you cannot abstain from sex, get other means of contraception. Pregnancy is not a mistake.
It's not.
It is a decision. It is a choice. Please prevent pregnancy, and if at all you cannot prevent it, you find yourself, maybe currently you are pregnant, please let your parents know. You know, give birth to that child. That is not the end of the world. You still have a long way to go. Please and please stay safe. Thank you.
You still have a long way to go. Please and please stay safe. You determine whether you want to have sex or not. So pregnancy is not a mistake. I believe it's a carelessness or ignorance. On behalf of Video Industries and Galaxy Television, we have this for Dr. Kevin Isibo. Thank you so very much for being part of our program.
Thank you.
We have the milk chocolate, Video milk chocolate in that, and it's so nice. I've tasted it.
Thank you.
So tomorrow we'll be having our youth where you not day. We get thoughts to discuss more. What do you really want? Youth, we know you have a voice and we are ready to listen to you, but what do you really want? We need to know so that we know where we take it from. Maybe we take from 1 and now spread it round to 2 to 3. Let us know. If you have any, please send us a message on the number on your screen, or send it on any of our social media platforms. We'll definitely read it and also respond to it. Joy, you have 60 seconds to deliver.
Let me
60 seconds.
take my breath.
58 seconds.
Okay, so today's conversation has been emotional for me because I've had friends in the past who did these things, and I know 1 or 2 that are having a lot of complications. Just like the doctor have said, if a young girl out there that is currently pregnant, or you're already involved in sexual activity, my dear, this life is just once. Once you're gone, you're gone. It is you that will face the consequences later on. So if you're pregnant, as long as that seed is already in you, give birth to that child. It's better that child is alive, you too, you're alive, you're safe, than facing tomorrow, because you can never determine what tomorrow will bring to you.
Yes, so
you have the power of today. So please, let's stay safe out there. Thank you very much for being a part of Family and Values. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, like we said, do anything that will let you produce joy. Joy. Like joy was produced by the Abu family. So yes, do anything that will let you into producing joy. Please stay safe out there. Ladies, young ones, you will eat this thing, this forbidden fruit, whether they talk. It's not forbidden when you have grown to that stage. You'll be able to manage yourself and sustain yourself and retain the fact that you don't need to go for D&C or D&E or an abortion. And don't forget, it is not legal here in Nigeria. So watch out so that you'll not be caught. On that note, on behalf of everyone that we have run today's show together, thank you to everyone, our crew, our viewers, our doctor here, many other people out there who are yet to watch. We love you. We appreciate you. My name is Irene Lura Dijoke David. Hope to see you tomorrow as we discuss on the youth. See you. Bye for now.